going on? How's everyone doing?
Shout out to Colin. Everybody else who's cool with Colin.
Chucky, I didn't say.
Get your popcorn and your Coca-Cola and relax.
Anyway, tell Colin I'm ready.
What's going on? This is Colin. How's everybody doing? Happy Thursday. Yes, should I tell Colin I'm ready? I hope you all are well. Hope you guys are all having a great night. Great week. Week's almost over. One day left to go. Anyways, got some great core clips. I've got a lot of core clips tonight. This is another one of those videos where not a lot of long ones. We finished with a long one, but in general, most of them are short. So, you guys are all awesome. Thank you for being here. thank you, Flying Chankla. I'm ready. I'm ready too. I am ready too. Also, thank you, Heather, for the donated membership. I saw who you were trying to give Chris a membership. I saw that. And I looked and I gifted all my 10 memberships that I can for free the month. So tomorrow though, I think that resets. I don't know how that works. I don't know if it waits till the memberships that I gifted last month expire. I don't know. Anyways, you guys, we're here to watch some court. Let's watch some court. We are going to Judge Washington. She has the first two clips. That's about all I really remember from the clips. All right, let's watch some court, right? That's what we're here for. Before I hit that play button, you guys already know what to do. Hit the like and subscribe. Do your jump kick backflips. Let's go.
Jennifer Basket. Good morning, Aaron.
Good morning. So Miss Basquiat is back because she apparently left treatment.
Yes, Your Honor. Ms. Basquiat did give me some fairly extensive explanation regarding why she left treatment, and I would like to request a further review date so that I can investigate those circumstances.
Absolutely not. She's already been sentenced. Her sentence was simple. 365 days in the Washtenaw County Jail, credit for 7 days to be released to residential treatment. She must complete that time if she left.
Yes, Your Honor.
I'm not sure what there is to discuss. So she's already been sentenced. She's to continue her sentence.
Yes, Your Honor.
Just for a heads up, Judge Washington, what she just said, she sentenced this defendant to a year in jail, or, sorry, I just saw Kathy's memberships and it made me smile and stop in my tracks, or be released to an inpatient treatment. She went to the inpatient treatment. Now she's back in jail. I don't know why she's in front of the court. Maybe because it was some kind of violation and she's back. I don't know why she would have a new court hearing. It should just be she's back in jail. She got kicked out of treatment. We're about to find out. Also, thank you so much. Gifted subs. First off, Sparkle Poots. No SCs for you. SCs. Super chats. No super chats for me? Is that what that is? All right, well, no super chats for me. That's fine. Thank you for the super chat. Spookle Parts. Kathy Berry, a member for 1 month. Thank you so much. And 10 gifted subs. Thank you so much and welcome to all the new members or returning members. Let's go.
Ron, can I just clarify, because her sentence was with a potential release to treatment, and obviously that didn't work out, does her sentence still include the potential for that, given the circumstances?
No, she's already been released to treatment. She apparently does not want to do that. So, no.
Okay.
Do we have the updated credit at this time?
Can I say something?
Ms. Basquiat, Mrs. Basket, you may. I don't know if it would necessarily be a good idea for you to do so.
I mean, unless she's going to say something that gets her in contempt, she can't hurt herself. What do you want to say, Miss Basket?
Okay, when I was in residential, I went to residential, and what happened was there was another residence there touching me, and when I told staff, that staff had relationships with that resident. So nothing was came about the staff lady that was working. She wouldn't put me on Zoom to get my medication, my psych meds or anything, because she had a thing against me because they had something going on. So I had to wait until my agent showed up. And when my agent showed up, I was not on my meds, and she took me out of the facility, put me straight into transitional housing, which I wasn't on my meds. I was only in there a week, so I didn't get the therapy and stuff that I needed before I went straight into transitional. I went into transitional without my medication, and my rights were, violated. And then when I went, they put me in transitional, first time in transitional, I don't have a phone. I never rode a bus line or anything. And you have to do everything on your own. And I just didn't know how to do that. So I was late coming to the house. After the bus ran, I was late coming.
It's not a big and raid. He raided Mando tonight. I saw it. I was there. Don't tease me like that.
Home. I didn't leave just to leave. Well, if you're late, you get kicked out. That's what happened. I didn't just, and I didn't relapse. I mean, I'm on my Suboxone now, and I'm on my meds. I didn't just leave to leave. I'm in a custody battle with my child. I'm really trying. Like, I was just coming home because I didn't know. You got to do. I've never done that.
Miss Basket, that is enough. Mr. Lebo, which program was she in?
I think I need to confirm this, Ms. Basket. Ms. Basket, which facility were you in?
I was in Home and New Vision, and my agent, she knows more about
Home of New Vision,
yeah, I was only in there a week, and I didn't get, I felt like I was just pushed out to the wolves. I never had to live, I never had stability in my life, and I was supposed to get that before I went to transitional, and I never got that. I never got stable enough to go to transitional because I'm bipolar and stuff, and I wasn't on my meds. Everywhere I looked to get help, I wasn't getting it until my agent showed up. And she was in tears about what was going on, and she knows more about this than I do.
Ms. Basket, who is your agent?
Miss Howard. She's been my agent for a long time.
From where?
MDOC, from the prison. She's been my agent for a long time, and she can explain this better than I can.
Miss Basket, I've had enough. Thank you.
Okay, I apologize.
Ms. Straub, are you present?
I am, Your Honor, but this is Miss Johnson's case if you'd like her to jump on.
Yes. Okay. Good morning, Miss Johnson.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Miss Basket has a very elaborate story about what happened from the Home and New Vision. Obviously, if you've been listening to this, she was apparently only there a week before they put her in transitional housing is what she's claiming. And I need to have some follow-up. Mr. Lebo is going to do his own follow-up. And I want to hear whether or not this is true, that she was there for 1 week before she went to transitional housing. And she said that Ms. Howard, who is her MDOC agent, came to Home and New Vision and is familiar with this. So if you could reach out to her while Mr. Lebo reaches out to whoever he needs to reach out to or do whatever he needs to do his own research. I'm going to give her this, unless there's an adamant objection, I'm going to give her this adjournment so I can see if she's telling me the truth or not.
Sounds good, Your Honor. I can contact Ms. Howard right now and see what I can find out.
All right. Ms. McDuffie, any objection?
No objection.
All right. I'm gonna adjourn it to March 21st, 2024 at 10 o'clock a.m. Everybody should have their research done and have any documentation to me prior to that.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
All right. Next one, we're going right back to Judge Washington. So, isn't that special say? That live Colin had earlier today with the woman kicked out of Brian's court was wild. Oh, so good. The Brian clip was good. I thought the Perkins one was way better. I did. The Judge Perkins one, where the guy was mimicking him. Oh, man. Disrespectful. Started talking about, he started making comments about race. And then he got held in contempt. The Perkins clip was my favorite one of that video. But yeah, the Judge Bryant one was good. All right. Next clip.
586.
Oh, look, people have to pull over. Okay, calm down. Calm down.
Mr. Barrows,
Yes, ma'am.
please stop talking like that in the middle of court.
I'm on phone with Miss Washington.
All right, counsel, you may place your appearances on.
Rachel McDuffie for the people.
Assistant Public Defender Sandra White on behalf of Brandon Barrows. Mr. Barrows, you can now state your name for the record.
My name is Brandon Barrows. How are you doing, Miss Washington?
I'm okay, Mr. Barrows.
And
All
your
right.
cars had to get stopped. So we're not moving.
This has been going on for so long, we have to figure out where we are with it.
Oh yeah, Bertie, I saw your comment. I messed up a little bit. When I was doing my mid-afternoon video, I accidentally turned my morning clip into private. Because when I upload clips, I always set them to private. So I had the wrong video selected, so I turned my morning clip to private instead of my afternoon live that I was trying to make private. So I'm really sorry that whoever was halfway through watching that and it cut off on you. I really hope you went back. Somebody let me know within about 2 minutes that I did that in Discord, and I'm really glad they did. So it was only down for about it was less than 5 minutes. So hopefully you guys got to finish watching it. But I am sorry for that. Richard the Dick Harris, thank you so much for the $2 super chat for Thorina's Salt Fund. Thorina loves her salt. She loves throwing salt. She likes taking salt. She loves all kinds of salt. Thank you so much, Rich.
Miss Washington, you told me that if I did everything I had to do with my probation for Wayne County, that you just look this over because I didn't have the money to drop and do probation and the time for Washington and you guys. But I completed my Wayne County probation. I got discharged like
Mr. Barrows. Mr. Barrows.
Yes, ma'am.
I need you to stop talking for a second, please. Okay. So the reality is we were supposed to be confirming whether or not Mr. Barrows actually was on probation in the other county. And to date, I don't have any information that confirms that. Ms. White or anybody who has any insight on this, please enlighten me.
Mr. Barrows thought he had that information when I talked to him last night. He was going to get it to me. I talked to him again this morning, and he is unable to find it. I believe he's on his way to the court now to get a copy of it and send it to me.
Thank you. Ms. McDuffie.
Your Honor, nothing further beyond that. I just, he had failed to appear, I think, on December 11th, and there had been no contact with probation, at least by that time, and I think again on January 22nd. So I was just a little concerned about where he was and why he didn't appear those last two hearings.
That is correct. He did fail to appear on December the 11th and January 22nd. That was when the bench warrant was issued. We have not been able to confirm that he was on probation to anyone in Wayne County. So, Mr. Barrows, nothing has changed since you were here. The last time you were here that we talked about this, I'm still talking, was on, I believe it was February 16th of 2023. You came, that's when you got sentenced. And then on November 13th, is when we said that we needed to reach probation, the probation agent, and you were supposed to give the information to Ms. Straub so we could confirm. You did not come back the next 2 hearings, so we've never confirmed that you were actually on probation.
I gave her my probation officer's number this morning, Miss Sandra.
He did inform me that he has some learning disabilities and his wife is now on the matter, so we can get a final adjournment, Your Honor.
Why wasn't he here the last 2 days? 2 options.
The last 2 hearings, Mr. Barrows, what happened?
First one, they sent it to your old address.
The first one, they sent it to my old address.
All right, so let's stop. We can stop right there because he was told when his court date was. So whether he gets the document or not doesn't change the fact that he's been advised when he's supposed to be in court.
Miss Washington, I'm sorry I missed it. I get busy. I work. I got a lot going on. I didn't intend to miss it. I wouldn't be here today if I did. I called immediately when I found out I had a warrant to schedule to get this taken care of. I apologize.
All right, I'm gonna do this, Mr. Barrows. I'm gonna do this one more time. If we don't have proof at that time, then I'm just gonna put you on regular probation to us. So we need the proof, or bad consequences will come about. Do you understand that part?
Yes, ma'am. I'll get you the proof. I'm going down to the court to get my what I need because I can't find the papers. I had them and I lost them.
All right, March 28th, 2024. At 10:00 a.m.
Thank you, Miss Washington. And you look nice today. Have a great day.
Thank you, Mr. Barrows. Bond is continued. Well, he's actually not on bond. He's on probation. So, wait, you got a ring on the. Did she give you a bond? Yep, she gave you a PR bond. So bond is continued. All right, we'll see everybody on March 28th.
Thank you.
Yeah, March 28th, the day after my birthday. You know your birthday's coming up when they start scheduling cases around the week of your birthday. Yeah, it's coming up. Anyways, thanks, Phil. Yeah, if you guys want to really help out the channel, that helps me out a lot because that YouTube doesn't take anything from it. So if you guys would like to donate, I would very much appreciate it. Please and thank you. No idea what the next clip is. Like I said, we're bouncing around everywhere tonight, so no idea what the next clip is. Let's play it a little bit. See if I have to say anything before we start. No, just Judge Simpson. I don't have to say anything. Let's go.
Oh, never mind. My bad. Court calls case. You need to tell me these things. Versus Jaylon Johnson.
Good morning, Your Honor. Ashley Lundy for the people. Good morning.
Well, long time no see.
I know.
Hello.
It's been a minute.
Yeah.
Good morning. Erica Julian appearing on behalf of Jaylon, present in the Washington.
Happy anniversary. That's awesome, Mac. I'm glad you're here. I don't know why you're here. You should be celebrating with the missus, but I am glad you're here and happy anniversary.
Thank you. Can you unmute and state your name for the record, please?
Oh, you need to unmute. So when I say long time no see to Miss Lundy, I'll say too frequent, Miss Julian. No.
To be frank with you, I'm not sure if you're aware, but there was a balloon filter that popped up around you.
I know we're trying to turn these filters off, and something happens, and
I thought I was imagining it, but it happened. So yes, Your Honor.
Actually, it might just be your imagination.
It might
All
be.
right.
I had to double check.
Mr. Johnson. Mr. Johnson, state your name, please, sir.
Jaylon Johnson.
Thank you. All right, what are we doing on this case?
We're continuing with discovery. The people continue to turn over discovery as it comes in. There are MSP labs as well as like a great deal of technology with vehicles and phones. And I know that some of that's still being analyzed, but the people are still turning it over as it comes in. I just became aware this morning that there's more for me to pick up. So we're asking for another 2-week adjournment so that we can continue to go through this process.
Probable cause conference, I'll give you March 21st, 2024.
Your Honor, would it
9
be
a.m.
possible to do the following week, please? I have a
The
conflict.
28th?
Yes, please.
The 28th?
We can.
Miss Julian asked for 2 weeks. It doesn't sound to me like you're gonna have, I mean, it's still coming in. So I don't know what we'd accomplish in 2 weeks. So I set it out 3 weeks, but you're not available in 3 weeks.
Legal fiction. Every time I see her, I think of that clip. Every single time. And I feel like, I'm not saying he did it on purpose, but I think Judge Simpson kind of held that against her for a little bit. They had a little bit of a rough patch for a few weeks, a few months afterwards. So it's nice to see them laughing. This is a fun clip. Nothing anything serious, just some banter, just like a palate cleanser after the last two. That's all this one is. Also, Mac, still happy anniversary. Still awesome.
Unfortunately not, Your Honor. I'm booked that morning to be
Okay.
in front of Judge Conkey for the treatment court.
That's okay. Miss Julian, given the amount of information that's coming in, you have an objection to going to the 28th?
No, Your Honor. I tentatively might not be available that day, but it's still tentative. And
Fine, I'll see you guys on the 14th so you can tell me what date you'll be available. March 14th, 2024, 9 a.m. Bond continued.
Thank you so much, Your Honor.
All right, take
Nice to
care.
see you,
Thank you,
Your
Mr.
Honor.
Johnson.
Like I said, it was just a little palate cleanser, a little fun, little, just moving on type things. Tharina, because some guy said I was salty. Well, stop being so salty. Stop being so salty then. I'm just kidding. Tharina, thank you so much. Isn't that special? Thank you for gifting the 1 membership and welcome to the new membership stuff. Oh, stuff. I tell myself every night to stop saying stuff and I keep saying it. Membership content is every Monday. So look forward to that. No idea what the next one is.
Be back in the waiting room. Let's see if we can actually get him.
Oh, this guy's fun. I can't tell. This is either a really funny clip, a really sad clip, or yeah, it's gonna be one of the two, because this guy is either not the smartest person on the planet or he's I'm gonna say mentally slow. The best way to say it. But let me know, because I laughed at first, and then when I rewatched it when I made the video, I'm like, maybe this guy doesn't really understand what's going on. But yeah, he doesn't seem like he seems like he understands what's going on. He just doesn't listen. So we're gonna keep it at that.
Okay, Mr. Newbie. Hey, we've got video this time at least. Let's see if you can unmute. I'm gonna send you a prompt. We'll say, it'll give you the option to unmute. There we go. I thought. Maybe not.
Yeah. Hello, I got it.
Ah, there we go. Okay, so give me just a moment. Okay. So now calling case number 24S4329564. This is the state of Michigan versus Trenton Newby. May I have appearances for the record, starting with the trooper?
Troopers Ed Reverent, Michigan State Police, Brighton Post.
Okay, thank you. And Mr. Newby, can you please state your name for the record?
Trenton Newby.
Okay, thank you. So what I have here is a citation dated February 3rd, 2024, that charges that on or about that date, you did operate a motor vehicle on eastbound I-94 at or near Michigan Avenue, 1 to 5 miles per hour over the speed limit. So you were charged with going 75 and a 70. It appears that your detected speed was actually 91 miles per hour in a 70. So you were only written up for 1 to 5.
Do you understand?
I do understand.
Okay, thank you. So your options today, you can accept responsibility, which is basically pay the ticket. You can accept responsibility with an explanation, so the court can take into consideration any mitigating factors and potentially lessen or eliminate the fine. Or you can deny responsibility, at which point we will hold the informal hearing, the court will take testimony and make a decision. Do you understand those options?
Yes.
Which option would you like to go with?
Um, what was option number 1?
Option.
All right, it starts right here. Like I said, I can't tell if he's just not paying attention. Yeah, I'm gonna stick with that. From the way he talks and the way he kind of understands what's going on, I think he's intelligent enough to understand what's going on. I just don't think he's paying attention. But this, so I don't feel bad for laughing anymore. Also, Mimi, thank you so much for the Cash App. Very much appreciated. Very generous. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Number 1 was accepting responsibility, which means basically that you're paying the ticket.
The ticket which states that I was doing
1 to 5 over as opposed to 21 over. So to be clear, doing 21 miles per hour over the speed limit would be a fine of $210. Going 1 to 5 over, which is what you were actually cited for, is a $120 fine.
I was trying to do that with the no points. Or get it reduced to impeding traffic.
Ma'am, but just to let you know, my understanding that there's no points on 1 to 5 over for freeway.
I'm not aware of that. If any violation for 1 to 5 is.
And that's the trooper was addressing the court. Thank you. So, okay, yeah, speeding on a limited access, going 1 to 5, that is 0 points. So.
Okay.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So, does this mean that you are accepting responsibility, or did you wish to do something else?
No, I was trying to get a ticket changed to impeding traffic, but if this is my only option, this is my only option.
Okay, so this is your option, and I will note again that you were clocked going 91 in a 70. You're only written up for going 75 in a 70. There's 0 points associated with that and a $120 fine. Impeding traffic is also 0 points, and it doesn't get reported to the Secretary of State, but the associated fine for that is $180. So.
Can I do the impeding traffic?
No.
No, no, you can't. Oh, he wasn't given an option. It wasn't you take this or you take that. It was you were going 91 in a 70 mile per hour zone. You were going 21 miles an hour over the speed limit. The officer, I'm going to say the kid in the top right corner, gave him 5 over instead of 21 over. Dude's arguing for impeding. That's not even on the table. But I don't know if you heard Magistrate Braley. Impeding is $180. 1 to 5 over is $120. Both carry 0 points on your license. He still asks for impeding. That's what I'm saying. I don't know if we're gonna laugh at this guy or if there's something going on. But yeah, I just don't think he's listening.
Because the officer did not offer that. So.
Oh no! I thought you was just giving out. I thought you was making a decision with the 2 options.
No. So your option is either accept responsibility, or if you wish to give an explanation, you can do that, or you can deny responsibility and we can have a hearing. So.
I accept responsibility.
Okay, so at this time then, the fine is $120. That is payable to the 14B District Court. So, the court will set you for a show cause hearing on April 2nd. If the $120 is paid before that date, then the hearing will be canceled and you don't have to come.
Okay.
Okay. If you don't have anything else, then you are free to sign out of Zoom. This hearing is concluded.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you. And Trooper Brown.
Yeah, that, like I said, that was kind of funny. I laughed at that. I really did laugh at that. And yeah, no. What is the speeding will be sent to the Secretary of State. His insurance actually might go up because of that. I don't know. But yeah, I'm still saying the guy's like, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. You guys all saw what just happened. Let's go to the next one. What we got next? What do we got next? We're not even halfway through this clip. All right. First and foremost, Judge's hair is magnificent. Can we all get, can we all appreciate Judge's hair? It looks amazing. It really looks amazing. I love this judge. Just want to say that. I just want to say that. And her hair looks amazing. Her glasses game is on point. She's doing it.
Tyler Danielle Session.
Ma'am.
Mr. Session, may I see you, please?
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Session, put a shirt on.
I'm so sorry. I just woke up. Sorry.
Mr. Session, I don't need to see all of that.
Yes, ma'am.
Ooh, I'm clutching my pearls. Lord.
My apologies for the flash.
All right, Mr. Session, you're before the court for speeding 35 plus miles an hour over the limit and a license class violation. One of those at least could suspend your license. I'm not sure about the other one. It's possible. So did you wish to have an attorney represent you, or did you wish to represent yourself and speak to the state?
I guess an attorney.
All right. So
my license is already suspended. So I don't.
Mr. Sessions, if that is the case, you doing too much. I'm going to put you in with one of the attorneys and they're going to talk to you. But let me tell you, we live in Atlanta. This is not like we got available public transportation like New York that stops at every corner. You need your license. You need to be more careful with your license. We clear?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. So, Mr. Holton Dennis, if one of you could speak with Mr. Session. Mr. Session, what I'm going to ask you to do is, do you know how to use the chat function?
I'm doing it from my phone, so not.
Ms. Hahn or Mr. White, could y'all send him a test chat or a chat requesting his phone number and contact information? You reply to what you see pop up on your screen. It should be a box with a red number in it.
Yes, Your Honor, I'm doing that now.
Thank you. All right, Henry Samuel.
Yeah, that was a quick one. I just love the clutching my pearls. Dude look kind of ripped though. So she might have actually been clutching her pearls. I don't know. He was just trying to flaunt his stuff. Ripped dudes don't like wearing shirts for some reason. They're allergic to cotton on their torsos. Anyways, yeah, the rest of that was just when he came back after talking to somebody, it was just normal. So I didn't put the rest of it in. So let's move on. Oh, this is a good one. This is Hector court clips or Hector court cams. One of the two. He let me know about this case going on. This is a good one. Also, DDC, as always, terrible mic, terrible background noise. Just gonna warn you, if you need to turn the volume down, I already turned the video volume down to 50%, but you gotta turn it down a little bit more because, yeah, a lot of feedback coming from the DDC. Let's have some fun.
Hi, what's your name, please?
Jasmine Payne.
All right, Ms. Payne. Calling case number 240-559-5801, people of the state of Michigan versus Jasmine Payne, counsel.
Thanks again, Judge. Steve Benson for the people.
Jessica Sharp on behalf of Ms. Payne, who is formal reading, understands her constitutional rights and stands mute.
Thank you, counsel. The court notes formal reading has been waived and enters a not guilty plea on your client's behalf. I'll hear arguments as to bond.
Judge, a little out of the ordinary for how it's being charged. We're going to be asking for 75,000 cash. We're also going to be asking for tether and house arrest. The defendant does have two pending matters in 3060. She was actually just arraigned on those, I believe, a couple of days ago. One having to do with an MDOP. One's an ongoing MDOP that's a felony. Another one is a misdemeanor. Now, ironically, Judge, in the misdemeanor case, there was a condition in that of no contact with the complainant or the address. That same complainant and address is the individual and the location of where this alleged incident took place, Judge. There were also failures to appear in both of those cases. She was arraigned on bench warrants, but I'm not going to hold that against the defendant right now, and I'll explain the reason why. So in addition to the two cases that she has ongoing over in 36D, one, she's on probation from Macomb for domestic violence. She ended up getting a conviction in February of 23. She got jail time as well as 24 months. And then, Judge, in May of 2023, she ended up spending additional time in jail because she got convicted of an OWI. And then in December of 2023, Judge, she just ended up getting convicted for a misdemeanor police officer R&O. Now, Judge, I think because she had to spend some time in jail on that, I think that may actually explain off some of the capiases over in the 36D, which is probably the reason why the cash bond was converted to a personal bond. But in addition to all of that, Judge, while either, and I couldn't nail this one down, while either she was in jail for the OWI or the DV in 2023, she somehow successfully assaulted a prison employee and she ended up pleading to that. And that plea came in December of 23, and that was actually deferred under HYPE. So we have the DV, where she's on probation for, and then the subsequent convictions, and then the assault on a jail employee. We have the two ongoing cases in 36D. And oh yeah, let's get to the allegations in this case, where not only was there a no contact, there's a PPO against her by the complainant. And she takes her car, goes over to that residence, rams her car into the complainant's car, and then tries to run him over. And there are tracks on the sidewalk that actually show what the defendant attempted to do, corroborating the complainant's story. He fortunately wasn't hit. He was able to get out of the way before she struck him with her own vehicle, but hence why she's getting charged with the FA. I went a little bit further in terms of digging too. There are actually two other individuals on top of this complainant that have PPOs against this gal, Judge. So this is an escalation. First, we start with an MDOP, and then it's a higher MDOP. We have all of those convictions. Now, allegedly, the defendant is using her car trying to run over this individual. So respectfully, Judge, we're going to be asking for that cash bond that I previously asked for, as well as monitorization.
Thank you.
Thank you, Prosecutor Vincent. Yeah, we all love Prosecutor Vincent. He is my favorite prosecutor out of every prosecutor I watch. He's my favorite. McDuffie's number 2. Sorry, McDuffie. I love you. I love watching you, your smile, your passion. But Prosecutor Vincent literally figures out their fingerprint scans and goes into their history based on biometrics. You can't beat Prosecutor Vincent. There's no way. Which is, why maybe one upset defense attorney decided to sanction him. Try to sanction him. Not charges. Take that back. Tried to sanction him. He's still there. He's still rocking. He's doing his thing. Vincent's a good dude. At least at his job. I don't know him personally. I'm not going to say he's a good dude outside of his job. I have no idea. Anyways, yeah, this woman, man. We know everything about her that she's done in the last 5 years. What is the defense going to say?
Questions before we get to defense counsel. One, I saw in the investigator's report that the complainant said he was going to seek a PPO. Do you have information that there was a PPO in place?
Yeah, Judge, I have a PPO. Actually, the three I ended up pulling off of the CC, the lean PPO database. And I have that there was a serving date of February 7th. I have an additional, oh wait, hold on for a second. No, I want to get all of these names right. For one individual, there was a PPO, and that was February 7th. Then this particular individual, the day of the incident, I believe it was 2/27. That's when he ended up filing it. That's what it has in the CCH.
After, there would not have been a PPO in place when this occurred. Second question is, you stated she was currently on probation, and I'm asking about whether that probation involves this particular complainant, because I want to know if she was under an order to stay away from him. Does the prior DV, because he said they never dated, they were just friends, so does the prior DV involve him?
You know what, that was over in Macomb. So all I was able to do was go into the Register of Actions over there and look through the entirety of the Register of Actions to see what was going on. I didn't get the name of the complainant involved in that matter, but Judge, at the very least, we have a condition in one of the ongoing cases that said no contact whatsoever with the complainant or the address over at 36.
Okay, which case was that? I'm curious about that. What was the nature of the charge in that case?
That was an MDOP 1,000 to 20,000.
That's one of the malicious destruction. Okay,
Right.
Thank you. That answers my questions. Thank you. Okay, defense.
That was very well put. Vincent is the sword master. McDuffie is the surgeon. That is that is exactly what it is. Vincent's out there swinging the swords. He doesn't take prisoners. He's swinging the swords, and McDuffie is finagling the intertwinings, and even more made up words with the word inner in front of them. Yeah, that was a great way to put it.
Argument for the defendant, please.
Yes, Your Honor, I was unmuting. I apologize. So, Your Honor, I do know that these parties, obviously, I don't know what's going on between them, but I do know that they're not good for each other because she says the complete opposite. She says he hit her car. And when I look at the report, I don't see any witnesses, anything. I know the officers observed like the damage to the vehicle, but his front bumper is damaged, which would go with what she's saying, that he hit her car, but then he says, oh, she backed up on it. So I really don't know, Your Honor, what is going on between these parties. She says he hit her and with the car, tried to run her off the road. He says the opposite. So it sounds like he said, she said here. But I do know that it does not help my client that there is some history with these parties and these cases and these PPOs, against her. But I believe that say no contact for these parties. My client understands that. She doesn't want any contact. She was, this incident was at his home. They are for some reason always together. When he alleges he doesn't want to, be with her, she doesn't want to be with him, but then yet they are. She's a lifelong resident. Respectfully asking the court to consider a high personal bond, absolutely no contact. And if the court is not inclined to do that without a tether, then we understand she's looking for a job, so she's not employed. So technically she doesn't have to leave her house for anything if the court is comfortable with a house arrest and personal bond.
Thank you. The fact remains that, regardless of who said what, this defendant was under an order. to stay away from this complainant. And we wouldn't be having this discussion if she had done that, if she had complied with a court order. And so her behavior tells me she either is not capable of or does not choose to comply with court orders that tell her to stay away from this defendant. And now I've got multiple PPO causing me concern. And you apparently don't understand that when I'm speaking, you're not supposed to be talking.
I didn't have a PPO out for me to tell me to stay away from him.
That's clear to me that you didn't have a PPO at that time. That's why I asked the prosecutor's office about that specifically. What is clear to me.
All right, you ready? You guys ready for it? Do you know what time it is? Do you know what time it is? It's about to go down.
Is that you were under an order because of another pending case for malicious destruction of this complainant's property to stay away from him and his property. And despite that order, you were in proximity to him and his property. Whatever else happened, you broke the court's order to stay away from him and his property. And so apparently the only way to keep this defendant away from this complainant is to keep her incarcerated. And so I'm going to honor the people's request. Keep talking, go ahead.
I would never go see this man again. This is done. It feel like after this, when I seriously
Ms.
needed this
Payne,
one more
I
thing
have
so
to
I could
interrupt you, Ms.
hear
Payne. Everything you're saying right now can and will be used against you. It's all part of the record. We said this during the interview. The court tried to tell you as well. Please don't interrupt the court. It's important that you listen to the orders, but I need to tell you to exercise your right to remain silent. We have prosecutors on and it's all part of the record. So anything you say right now is going to be harmful to you.
All right, no, you don't have prosecutors on. You have the prosecutor on. And Vincent, look, he's writing down notes. He's recording this. He's got, what is that that thing that from the show Suits, the one guy, the one attorney had that he always recorded himself. That Vincent has one of those, and he's recording every second of this so he can rewrite his notes later at night. Yeah, stop talking. She doesn't though. She doesn't. It's still going down.
Yeah, I'm just letting you know I would never go see this man again because I don't want to go see this man again. But I never knew a PPO was out anyway because I went over there. If I knew something was domestic, I wouldn't keep on violating my rights because I don't want to keep going to jail. I have been in jail for 3 years for this man. And y'all think I still want to be here and still want to go back and still get house arrest and still getting charged for this man?
Well, let's see, you've been in jail for 3 years, yet there you were with him 2 days ago. 3 years versus 2 days. So suddenly you've come to your senses. I don't know. Bond is set at $75,000 cash. GPS house arrest before she leaves the jail. If she makes the bond, there is to be no contact. One more court order that you are to have no contact with him or attempted contact with him. We'll see if this one works.
It will.
Next court date is a bond review hearing next Monday. You better be quiet so you can hear when to show up for court. If you're able to get out, March 4th for the bond review on Monday. March 7th for probable cause conference. March 14th for preliminary examination. Both of those in front of Judge Giles. The 4th in front of McConico. You're not to have any contact or attempted contact with the complainant, nor are you to go to his residence or place of abode. And you are not to purchase or possess any firearms or other dangerous weapons during the course of your bond. And if you're able to make bond, there will be no driving. Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Why do I gotta pay the highest bond and they acting like I can pay it? So I can't get out of here until
By now, I guess it's gonna take a lot more explaining. Please go on.
So I can't get out of here until that bond paid.
Correct.
Can somebody explain it? Ms. Martin?
All right. So there were a couple. I think the next two people, you heard that woman yelling in the background. She was yelling nonstop, yelling, fighting. She didn't stop. The judge didn't call her back though. Judge never called her back. But this next guy, we're gonna go to Judge Clark. Judge Clark is sitting in for Judge Van on the first appearance calendar this week, and he's not as fun as Judge Van is when it comes to the first appearances, but he does this thing, and I'm gonna be honest with you. I was not in front of my computer because I was not in front of my computer when I was recording this or when I was grabbing this. I don't record things. And I was listening to this guy talk, and I was like, all right, I'm gonna add this to a video. Then I went today to put it into a video, and I realized how sad it is. And you're gonna see why. This guy is the same as this last woman, just begging and pleading. This guy is not, disrespectful. He just interrupts a lot. But this guy actually has a sad story, and I feel bad for him. This is a sad clip. Just so you're aware, everyone, you might need a tissue.
Son, where that green light is. State your name, sir.
Order, you're before the court date for your first appearance, and I'm going to appoint the Office of Public Defender to represent you. You've been charged with one count of burglary of a dwelling. That's a second-degree felony, punishable to 15 years in the Florida Department of Corrections and a $10,000 fine. You also have one count of grand theft auto. That's a third-degree felony, punishable to 5 years in the Florida Department of Corrections and a $5,000 fine. Have reviewed the probable cause.
This is sad because he looks like an older gentleman. And like I said, when I was just listening to this, I thought it was, same as the last defendant, some young kid that just didn't care. Because you don't hear in his voice that he's a little bit older. So now it's sad, but I wanted to play it anyways because same thing as the last defendant. This guy fights and screams after he walks away, and it goes on for 15 minutes after he's heard. Now I cut it off because the next couple people that show up aren't that exciting, but he's yelling and screaming and kicking. I mean, this is a little old man, and they had to physically remove him from the back. You don't see it on screen, but he is not happy. And like, I don't know. This is the kind of clips that start conversation. It really is.
State to find there's probable cause for your arrest. Sir, where do you live?
Where do you live?
I live at the address, the woman that passed away, sir. That's my best friend. I don't deserve this, sir. She was my best friend. She did a lot for me, sir. I'm trying to bury her. The mortuary called me and wanted me to claim her body because no one in her family had claimed it yet. So I was trying to get
hold it a second, Mr. Warner. Is there a prior record on Mr. Warner?
Yes, sir.
This is the God's truth, sir. I lived
22
there. I had access to the house.
Mr. Warner. 22 was FTA on a misdemeanor, 17 trespass, meth, paraphernalia, FTA, a VOP, and 18. 15 controlled substance, less than 20 paraphernalia. Locally, it goes back to 2001 with the burglary.
You see, my address is the same, sir.
Mr. Warner,
Yes,
don't talk about your case today.
I'm from this address. How can
That public defender, I don't know what he does because they don't interview him before they come up here. So I feel like all he does is sit there and don't talk about your case, please. I feel like that's all he does. I'm not saying that's all he does. He's a public defender. He works hard. Public defenders are well overworked. We all know that. But everyone that comes forward, I don't think they've been interviewed by him. So he's just there to make sure that they don't violate their rights. I think that's all he does is sit there and make sure they don't violate their rights. Stop talking about your case, please. But it's clear that they're not interviewed because a lot of these guys that come up, or even females, don't understand what's being asked, especially when it comes to extradition. Extradition is complicated if it's the first time you've heard it. It really is. It took me a couple weeks to understand what that meant and watching because I was confused. Like, what is this? You waive your right to extradite? Yeah, anyways, that's a whole nother conversation. All right, let's go.
I get a charge like that when I lived there?
All right, I am going to set a bond of $10,000 on the burglary of a dwelling and $5,000 on the grand theft auto. Your next court date is March 11th at 9 o'clock, sir.
How much do I got to pay you out of jail, sir?
The bond is 15 between you and the bondsman. Step to your right to the T. Next.
I live there. How can I get a charge when I live there? Come on, come on. That don't make sense. Wait for the light.
Next.
Ma'am. Right there.
Step on the red X. Here you go. State your name.
Man, I got a parent this morning, damn it.
State your name again, please. I didn't hear you.
Deshante Green.
Bullshit, man.
Ms. Green, you're before the court, that's your first appearance, you've been one count of domestic battery. I'm gonna find there's that's the first misdemeanor punch with.
All right, did you see that? He acted like he dropped a pen or he dropped something and he just took off. Dude isn't as nimble as he made it out the seam when he was walking around. He jetted out of there pretty quickly. But yeah, no, like he was kicking and screaming. If you guys, I've got the whole clip, but here's the thing: the next 5 minutes where he's being yelled, where he's yelling, kicking, and screaming, you can hear it in the background. I kept waiting for Judge Clark to bring him back up. It never happens. You don't see it on camera. It's not like you see the guards running in the background, but he was. The guy's upset. The guy's clearly upset. He lost his best friend. He was living with somebody and they passed away. So older gentleman. So what is going on there? No idea what's going on there. All right. I think we're moving on to the last clip. I think this is the one that's a little bit longer. Hold on.
Now calling.
Yep. This is the Karen video that I meant to play last night and I clicked the wrong one. Before I play this one, you know what? I'll actually wait till afterwards. I just found right before I went live, I found potentially a Karen that we can watch live together, and I've never seen it before. So we can do that. But I'm going to play this first. It's in a court that's not it's closed now. Obviously, it's 9 o'clock, but it's in a court tab that isn't going to close. But it's a woman that's blaming her speeding. She's claiming that she can't be speeding because she drives a Tesla and it was on auto drive. So we're going to watch this clip. If you guys want to watch that clip after this, let me know. Otherwise, I'm just going to put it in a video tomorrow, or we can watch it live together and react together. So that's going to be after this though. But I think it's going to be good. It might not be, but I think it's going to be good. This one is this is the Karen from last night I wanted to play who, she was in a hurry to get her walker.
Case number 24W000323. This is the Township of Ypsilanti versus Deborah Jewell. If I can have names for the record, starting with Deputy Bland.
Deputy Bland, Washington County Sheriff's Office.
Okay, thank you. And Ms. Jewell, can you please state your name for the record?
Deborah Jewell.
Okay, thank you very much. So today is the date and time set for a informal hearing in this matter. What I have is a citation dated January 27th, 2024 that charges that on or about that date on Ford Boulevard at or near Russell Street, you did operate a motor vehicle over the speed limit by 1 to 5 over. So do you understand that charge?
I understand it.
Okay, thank you. So that is a civil infraction, which is exactly what it sounds like. There's no criminal penalty associated with this, so no jail time or probation. You have 3 basic options. You can accept responsibility, and that is basically paying the ticket. You can accept responsibility with an explanation, so the court can take into consideration mitigating factors and potentially lessen or eliminate the fine. Or you can deny responsibility, at which point we will proceed to an informal hearing where the court will take testimony and then make a decision. Do you understand those options?
I do.
Okay. And I do want to note that it looks like you were clocked going 60 miles per hour in a 40 mile per hour zone, but were written for 1 to 5. So, Deputy Bland, did you have anything that you wanted to add before we get started?
No, ma'am.
Okay, thank you. So, Ms. Jewell, given your 3 options, which one would you like to go with?
The third.
You wish to deny responsibility.
I do. I was stopped at a stoplight. When I stopped at the stoplight, there was no one behind.
Okay, so I'm cutting you off because before we get started, I need both of you to raise your right hand and prepare to be sworn. Do you swear or affirm that the testimony you are about to give is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth to the best of your information, knowledge, and belief? Deputy Bland?
Yes.
Ms. Jewell?
Yes.
Okay, now that we are proceeding to an informal hearing in this, because Deputy Bland is the officer in charge, he will give his testimony first. You are not to interrupt. And then after he is finished, you may give your testimony. He will not interrupt you either. And then the court will make a decision. It is based on preponderance of the evidence. So basically 51% to 49%, whether or not you are responsible. Okay?
Okay.
Okay. So Deputy Bland.
Yes, ma'am. So I'm Deputy Bland, Washington County Sheriff's Office. I've been employed as a deputy for 4.5 years, and I'm radar certified. Prior to the end of every shift, I conduct a light segment test and an internal test on the radar, making sure the instrument is working order. The radar is a device that was used in the area where road conditions are such that there is minimum possibility of distortion. The input speed of the patrol vehicle was verified. This also means the speedometer of the patrol vehicle was independently calibrated. The radar was used on the target vehicle and was within the operational area of the beam at the time of the reading. The radar unit has been certified by use by our agency with some demonstrable expertise in the area. On January 27th, 2024, I was operating my radar in driving mode on Ford Boulevard near Russell in the township of Ypsilanti within Washtenaw County. My patrol car was traveling northbound on Ford Boulevard when I observed target vehicle traveling southbound on Ford Boulevard. The vehicle entered my operational field at 59 miles an hour. The radar then showed the vehicle speeds at 59, 60, 60, 60, and passed me at 60 miles an hour. The vehicle remained in the operational field for approximately 3 seconds. The Doppler auto was clear and consistent, indicating no outside interference. The speed limit on Ford Boulevard is a posted 40 mile an hour speed limit. I conducted a traffic stop on the vehicle using the emergency equipment at Ford Boulevard near Russell and spoke with the driver identified as Deborah Jewell by her Michigan driver's license. I advised the driver that she was stopped for speeding. Was then traveling 20 miles an hour of the speed limit. And the reason why I flipped on her after she passed by me, and we came to the stop at the stoplight at Ford and Russell. And after it turned green and we cleared the intersection, I made a safe traffic stop away from the intersection.
Okay.
Yeah, this officer's been through this 1,000 times. I wouldn't be surprised if they're given a script of what to read. If an officer is testifying, there's no prosecutor here. It's just the magistrate, the defendant, and the officer. So he's probably giving a script to what to read, but it's very clear that he's done this 1,000 times. And yeah, you can already tell by the kind of the snarl look that we have going on here that yeah, she's gonna be telling her side of it. Anyways, Stephanie, it was Stephanie. Please tell me it was Stephanie. Yes, it was Stephanie. All right. I tried to remember because I kept it up just to make sure I didn't forget. Yeah, Stephanie, thank you so much for the 3 months. That is awesome. Also, Chris, thank you so much for the PayPal. It was very generous. And yeah, I will tell Heather, thank you for trying to gift you a sub. You know, the funny thing is, you know what? Not even gonna go there. Not even gonna go there. The other comment was Debbie Davis is a good one as well. I feel like whoever said that is a little behind in the video. Yeah, we all love Debbie Davis. We all love Debbie Davis. I watch her channel. I'm subscribed to her. I watch her every time she does a live. I love her farm. I love her goats. Yeah, no, she's awesome. And yeah, I hope she rebounds. I think I think she will. I think she will. She's she's obviously good at what she does, and I hope she wins the election. I don't live there, and I don't know anything about this Marvin guy, but you know what? I hope Debbie Davis wins. All right, let's see what she has to say now.
Does that conclude your testimony?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Ms. Jewell?
It was about 1 o'clock in the afternoon, and I live on Allen Road. And at the corner of Allen and Forest is a church and then there's a house on the corner of Forest there. And that intersection has a very short center turn lane to make a left-hand turn. And there was a disabled vehicle in there. It was a hazy, foggy, icy time of the day. We were coming out of that ice storm, and it was hazy, and I come up to that vehicle. It did not have its flashers on, and slowly went around it because the light was green and it wasn't going anywhere, and there was almost another vehicle length in front of it. And that is a very cramped, very dangerous spot right there. Went slowly around the corner. There went up the bridge because it was coming out of very bad weather and still bad weather. I come up on the bridge and I seen the light was green. I slowed down going over the bridge of Ford Boulevard so that I wouldn't go through that light. Purposely made sure I stopped way ahead of time. There was no car in front of me, no car behind me. I did not see an officer on the opposite side of the road. And
let's be fair. In the conditions that you just explained, you didn't see shit, woman. You did not see anything.
And when I stopped, I looked in the mirror. There was nothing behind me. Also, before I left, before the light changed, I seen some flashing, looked in the mirror again, and it was like, oh, it's me. What did I do? I'm stopped at a light. And so I pulled through the intersection, pulled over by a fire department, just previous to the fire department there. And right in that area, there is a bike lane sign plus the speed limit sign. And that's approximately where I stopped. I went back, I took pictures of all that area, and I do not understand how in the world, when I was being so careful, that I would have been going that speed limit. And I checked on the way back home, the same thing coming in the other way. They have the bike lane where it does block that speed limit sign, depending on the spot that you're in. Now, living at Allen, I generally always turn on Forest there. I hardly ever go down to Holmes Road. And because it's the first block then right there, that's a very tight corner.
Uh-oh, I feel like I didn't edit this properly.
Luckily,
yeah, I'm just going to fast forward a couple seconds. We're not going to miss anything.
A disabled vehicle that was blocking that when the roads were so bad at the time. But I don't believe I could have been going that fast because, like I said, I was being very careful. I'm on a walker. I'm 68 years old. I'm retired from the Forensic Center supervision at the Forensic Center for over 30 years. I am a responsible person. I have not had a speeding ticket in over 20 years, and I just can't accept this.
Okay.
All right. I'm going to say this very simply to everyone who's listening, all 221 of you. We've all seen enough traffic court. And I really hope that someone who hasn't seen traffic court that's going to traffic court might hear this message. So this is a PSA. If you go to traffic court, you're going to be next to a judge. The officer should be there. And then, you get to testify, right? You get to say you're part of it if you want to argue the ticket. Things you don't do. You don't say you were speeding. You don't say the road conditions were bad. You don't say any of that. You don't say that, oh, a speed limit sign could have been blocked, even though that was actually the closest thing she had to an actual defense. Is the speed limit sign was blocked, but she also said she lives there, so that argument's out the window. If you want to fight it, You got to attack the evidence that they're bringing towards you. You don't just go on this 5-minute spiel about the weather being bad. It was foggy. You couldn't see the light. You couldn't see the speed sign. Yeah, that's not going to help you. It's not. It really isn't. It doesn't matter if you're 68 years old. It doesn't matter if you're 21 years old, or if you're 14 years old. For all I care. Stop self-snitching. There's a YouTuber that says that. It's a lawyer. It's his actual little slogan. I can't think of his name off the top of my head, but stop self-snitching. You literally just lost your case during when you were testifying. You lost. You lost.
Officer Bland. Or
Yes, ma'am.
Deputy, excuse me. So I'm looking at a picture of the intersection. The road does appear to be flat. Were there adverse weather conditions that would have affected the radar?
Not on the main road, no. And I was, when she entered my radar range, she was coming over the bridge southbound on Ford Boulevard. And within a few seconds is when she crossed by me at 60 miles an hour. And that's when I conducted a U-turn and caught up to her at the stoplight of Ford and Russell. And then as soon as we cleared the intersection with the green light, that's when I conducted the traffic stop.
Were there any large?
Some judges and some magistrates will do that. If you contest it, you actually contest the actual ticket. You're cited for the ticket, and you're taking a plea to what the officer is giving you a break for. But if you contest it, you contest the actual ticket that was written, which is why sometimes you'll see. I think it was it just. Was it? No, it was something I just saw. Maybe I don't know. No, I think I just played. Yeah, we just played this in like 2 clips ago, where the judge knew the guy was driving 91 and a 70, but the officer wrote him a ticket for a 75 and a 70. So if you're gonna fight it, you're fighting the 91. You're not fighting the 75.
Vehicles or anything else?
No, not on Ford Boulevard. And as heard talking about forest and all that, that was further north. I did not travel that far north before I conducted my U-turn to go pull her over.
Then at this time, the officer has met his burden of proof as far as he's testified as to being radar certified and that his equipment was working at the time. So the court is finding that you are responsible. The ticket was written for 1 to 5 over, which carries 1 point and a fine of $120. Now, this hearing is concluded and you are free to go.
Thank you, Magistrate.
Okay, thank you.
I have.
All right, someone that lives in Michigan needs to explain this to me. The clip we showed with her just, I don't know, 30 minutes ago, the guy was cited for 1 to 5 and had 0 points. Now she's cited for 1 to 5 and she gets 1 point. Something's not right here. It's the same magistrate, the same courthouse, and it's the Secretary of State. So it's not like it's different per jurisdiction, right? It's the Secretary of State gives you those points. I don't know. Someone from Michigan, please explain that to me.
I have a question for you about payment.
Yes.
Can I have, I know that the email, or not the email, the text message that the court sent me said I'd be responsible to pay as we finish up here.
Thank you, Kidders. That actually makes complete sense. One was the highway, one wasn't. That makes a lot of sense. And I'm sure that's exactly the right answer. Thank you so much.
And I was going to ask you if I could have an extension on that. Being on a walker, my walker is in for repair right now. And and also payday, being retired and being on Social Security. it would behoove me to have it at a later date than today. I'm
Yeah.
supposed to be able to pick up my walker today at the earliest, but they have not called me and said it was done yet.
Okay, so ma'am, that's fine. If you need some extra time, what we will end up doing is setting you for a show cause date at some point in the future. If you haven't paid by then, okay? And then if you pay before that court date, then the hearing would be canceled. Okay?
Okay, then also, does this get reported to my insurance? Is this gonna make my insurance go up on my car?
It's the court. That's an insurance question. But that's also I understand why you're asking that. You don't want to ask your insurance, hey, I got cited for this ticket. Is this gonna make my insurance go up? It makes sense to ask. Yeah, okay, never mind. I'm gonna retract it. I would ask the judge that too instead of asking my insurance company. But she doesn't know.
Or that's something you probably don't know.
Honestly,
It's
I'm not
your
sure.
problem. It's
Yeah, no.
mine.
Deputy Bland, if you know the answer to that question, feel free, but I am not sure, honestly.
Yeah, that's
I
gonna be
get
a Secretary of State question and how they talk with insurance. I don't know.
Okay.
That it does anymore, and that was another one of the reasons being on a fixed income. Insurance, everything is high enough as it is. You know what I'm talking about. I know you hear everybody's song and dance, but it is what it is.
So, and Deputy Bland, again, this might be a question better suited for you, but I know that the Secretary of State has a program that you can, like a class basically, that you can take to potentially get rid of points on your license. So if you're eligible for that, I believe they send you a letter. Okay, so okay, but at this point, everybody is free to sign out of Zoom. Okay, and just reach out to the 14B district court.
All right, that's all I got. You guys want to watch this other clip that I was about to grab? I don't know if it's going to be good. So we can prolong this party and watch another clip that could be boring. It could be good. I don't know. Or we can call it a night and I will watch it and bring it to you if it's good. What do we think? Tesla. All right. We're getting a lot of yes. All right. Gotta figure out how to do this. So gotta share my screen. Let's see. Getting a lot of do it. So share screen. Share. All right, what does it look like? What does it look like? Are we good? Can you guys see it? I'm not gonna hit play until you guys can see it. Yeah, you get this. There's no secret screen. I closed all my tabs. So yeah, no secret screen. All right. Again, I don't know if this is gonna be good. This has potential. Just because the first three things she said was, I drive a Tesla and I was on auto, whatever. But all right, let's go.
So, you can be on your way.
Okay, so everything's fine with?
Everything's fine.
All
All right, it's not committed. Thanks, Mr. Johnson.
Okay, thank you very much.
All right. Let's see, Aisha Stewart. Hello.
Hi.
Okay, so this is all about a speeding ticket from January 28th is alleged, and he asked for a contested hearing. Just looking around, see what.
That's exactly
Okay,
what
it's not a
Teslas have.
problem. All right.
Teslas have auto
so
whatever.
Just so you know, you qualify for a deferral. I'm never sure who was here when I said what, but the deferral would allow the court to dismiss that speeding ticket altogether in 6 months without making any findings. It would require a $150 fee and good driving for 6 months. And then you don't come back. We see that you paid off that $150 and that you didn't get any tickets and it's dismissed. that's of interest to you, we can grant that because it looks like you qualify for that. Do you have any questions about that or?
Yeah, I don't think I was speeding because my car was in self-drive.
So you want to go through a contested hearing instead?
Yeah, so
Okay,
my
well,
car.
slow down. Let me see what evidence is presented against you first before you say anything, okay? And then I'll put you under oath and then we'll see if there's enough evidence first. So I do have something under a statement under penalty of perjury from Benjamin Crabtree, law enforcement. I believe that's a trooper. So let me look at all this. I'm with you.
Yeah, I don't know if this is going to be interesting. I don't know. We could have a potential Karen here. I'm not gonna label her yet. But at the very least, we might learn something. We might learn something. Does self-drive get you out of speeding tickets? But this is the gamble you guys played when you said you wanted to watch this
All right,
video.
so I had a chance to review Trooper Crabtree's affidavit, and I see that using which was this? The speed measuring device, the laser, clocked you at 83 and a 60, but gave you a ticket for 65 and a 60. So let me put you under oath and hear from you. So raise your right hand, Ms. Stewart. Swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
Oh, okay, so
That was her left hand, right? I think that was her left hand. But you know what? Tesla drivers get away with everything. But I honestly think her thumb was in. Yeah, I don't know.
you didn't commit this.
Oh, my car was in self-drive. It was an auto self-drive.
All right.
So I was just.
It's a Tesla.
Yeah, I was just rolling with the car.
I'm sorry, what?
I said I was just rolling with the car.
Aren't you in? So you were the driver?
Yeah, I was the driver, but it was in self-drive.
So tell me more about that.
So when it's in self-drive, like my foot's not on the gas or anything. I'm just rolling with the car.
Pretty familiar with that. I just want you to make sure that you're.
Ladies and gentlemen, the worst excuse you could ever say to a judge. Oh, I mean, I guess I was driving. It was in self-drive. I was just rolling with the car. The car was doing everything itself. If she says she's not responsible, it's the car's fault. We're all, you know what? I might play another video if that happens. If she says that, she has to say that. We might make this a party night because we'll all have bingo.
You're saying is what you mean.
Yeah.
Well, so if so how does that absolve you of responsibility for the speed of the vehicle?
Because my foot wasn't on the gas. I wasn't controlling the speed. I had literally put my car in self-drive because I was driving from work and I was tired. So I put my car in self-drive and I was just watching the road. I didn't realize I was getting pulled over until I got pulled over.
Again,
wait, what? What? I'm sorry, but what? This is so much better than I was hoping for. You know what? You guys are lucky because I would have made this into a premiere tomorrow. I'm sorry. I'm not responsible. I was tired. I turned it into self-drive, so I wasn't paying attention. What? She's saying that to a judge. As if this is going to magically oh yeah, okay, it's your car's fault. So we'll send the speeding ticket to Tesla, not you. Wow.
how does that take responsibility away from you for maintaining the correct speed? Still trying to figure that one out.
My foot wasn't on the gas.
Yeah, you're
wasn't-
totally responsible for that. You are completely and utterly responsible for the speed of that vehicle, whether it's in self-drive or handicap mode or, yeah, that's up to you. You have to pay attention and it's not a defense. Is there any? So I don't see that as a defense in any way. You're the one who's responsible for how fast that vehicle's going. That makes sense?
Yeah, I understand, but I
Yeah.
thought,
Okay. But you thought what?
I thought that the car was gonna adjust us to the speed on its. That was the whole point of me put it in self-drive because I was tired. So I put my.
So you thought that it would understand somehow understand what the speed was in that range and then slow down to the correct speed?
That's what it says that it does. Yeah, it says that it's supposed
Yeah.
to.
Supposed to do. Okay.
That was my experience of experiencing that it didn't do that.
Yeah. That's frustrating.
All right. She's lucky she's not being charged with a whole bunch of other things. If there was a prosecutor here, oh man, she admitted to about 10 different crimes. She's not paying attention. She was tired. She stopped. No, I thought my car was just going to drive itself. I thought my car was going to do all this. Oh, wow. We could have made this, this would have been a good one. Well, it is a good one. It is a good one. I'm glad you guys are here to share this with me.
Frustrating.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad the trooper gave you a break. I mean, down to 65 and a 60 rather than 83. That would be a lot more expensive. So I do find it committed, but I'm not going to change it. It's going to be 65 and a 60 and 114 is what's assessed. And I just want you to contact this court, Thurston County District Court, by March 31st to make arrangements to pay that 114. And I guess maybe talk to Tesla about what happened there, if that was your understanding.
So how can I get this on my record?
Well, it's on your record now. You can appeal my decision. But you know, the deferral would allow you to get a dismissal in 6 months if you wanted to do a deferral. You only get one of those every 7 years. You have to have good driving from after you enter the deferral. Pay the 150, it's more expensive. But sometimes it's worth it to folks. So that's one way to get it off your record.
What's another way?
That's the way. Yeah, because I just found it committed.
Please. I know I gotta jump screens, so when I pause it, it takes me a little bit longer to pause it for me to talk. But please, this is the way. Who heard that? Okay, Jedi I know heard that. Something tells me Johnny heard that as well. But when she said that's the way, come on. This is the way. This is the way. This is the way. Somebody please tell me you heard that too. It went through your head.
But I'm willing to do a deferral for you because you qualify for it. So you could do that. Otherwise, it stays in your record. It's $114.
Okay, do the deferral.
Okay. All right. So again, March 31st. No later than March 31st, get a hold of the court. You can call, you can live chat, you can email, you can come in if you feel so inclined. I know you're up in Seattle, so at least that's the last address we had. So get a hold of the court and then just make those arrangements before March 31st. All right?
I'm actually out of the country. Is there a way that I can, so what do I have to do? I have to call in.
So when you back, or how far away are you?
I'm in Africa. I'll be back in April.
Oh my, okay. Well, You could enter the deferral in April when?
I get back April 7th.
Okay. Well, if you can work it out, why don't we just say we'll give you.
All right, got jump screens. I almost missed the one and only Ed. Ed, all right. For those of you who don't know Ed, I've known Ed for a long time. We've been around for a long time before I started a channel. Ed is one of my longtime YouTube friends. So Ed, first and foremost, it's always a pleasure to see you on the channel. It's always a pleasure to see you. Then we have a super chat. Thank you so much for the $5 super chat. You're classing the place up, Colin. Thank you. You've got I don't know. Luciano, I don't know that. I'm not even gonna attempt. I'm not even gonna attempt that name. Is that I'm gonna guess that's a popular name I should know. I don't know it. If he starts singing yeah. Okay. Well, are you talking about the guy in the bottom right hand corner? I'm guessing that's a joke that I don't get. Anyways, thank you so much, Ed. Always a pleasure to see you. Always a pleasure to see you, buddy. And every time I'm in a chat, I'm very happy because you always say hi to me. It just makes you make me feel good, Ed. I just want to say that you make me feel good. You're a longtime friend, and I'm thankful. I'm thankful for people like you that keep me going. Let's just say that. All right, let's finish this. I'm gonna say that there's not that much time left on this clip. I'm gonna let it play out, and then I'm going to yeah, sorry. I got a delayed email. So yeah, we're gonna let this play out. And we're gonna go hang out on Discord. My internet's now dying. All right, now it's definitely time to bug out. All right. Thank you everyone for being here. I am going to let this play out. It's gonna probably take a lot of clicks because I'm in 3 different screens right now trying to do this share screen thing. So yeah. Thank you everyone for coming out. All the super chats, all the gifted memberships, the Cash App by Mimi, the Cash App and the PayPal from Chris. Yes, Chris. Thank you so much for both of those. You guys are both awesome. Everybody have a great night. Let's go hang out on Discord after this. It's going to be clunky closing this out because I got to go to another screen, then come back. But yeah, you guys all have a great night. If you guys send me a super chat, I'm going to be in another screen. So this isn't the time. This isn't the night to try to guess how many times I pause it because I'm not going to be in this screen. Just so you're aware. All right. And then Spookle Parts, $2 super chat. Thank you so much. Pause number 1. Yeah. But yeah, because I'm sharing my screen on another screen, it's difficult. All right, let's play this. Let me see if I can
Until April 30th. I mean, if
Okay.
you want to try and work it out before then, go ahead, but I'll give you till April 30th to get it entered with the court, all right?
Last super chat of the month from Legal Fiction. Yeah, it is the last super chat of the month. The month ends and then we go into my birthday month. And yeah, it's a fake pause. It's a fake pause. Fake pause. Fake pause. Member for 4 months. You know what's awesome about the 4-month mark? The people that have the 4 months are the OGs of the channel because there was that 3-month period where I wasn't monetized. There are only 6 people that have the 4-month mark. So when you see the 4-month mark, those are OGs. Thank you so much, Rich. Thank you so much.
So I just call and pay $150, or is there like a paperwork process?
Just call and the clerks will help you through it. It's $150. And you
Okay.
have time to pay that if you need it.
Okay, thank you, miss.
All right, so long.
Log out.
Oh, you can be on your.
All right. That was it. That was it. That was that clip. I'm going to bring up the rest of this clip that I was playing, and it's just the outro. Let's go hang out on Discord. Everyone have a good night. We will see you all tomorrow. Yeah, 1st of March. We're going to celebrate my birthday month hard, right? We're going to do it. I turned 40 this month. Let's do it. Let's do it up. Let's do it up. All right. See you on Discord. Bye.
And you're able to make the payment. All right,
Okay, all right, thank you.
thank you.